Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy. I know it's a little late, so I found something on YouTube, and it's about so many missed opportunities that WWE refused to turn John Cena heel. They had plenty of chances, but they ultimately failed. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get our reaction on, shall we? And hold up. Another ass powered up. Nope, wait a minute. So without further ado, we're gonna do it in 3, 2, 3, 2, 1.
Like the Loch Ness Monster. Some people were convinced it existed, despite all of the evidence to the contrary. They dedicated every waking moment to spotting it and would speculate about when or how or why it would appear, thick, wet tears streaming down their faces. You'll see, when it finally arrives, it will solve everyone's problems, they sobbed, frantically scrubbing themselves in the shower. You'll see. There's still time to do the heel turn, but it doesn't feel completely necessary anymore, not like in the past when certain chances...
They had plenty of time to do that.
Fans absolutely howling in frustration. I'm Adam from WhatCulture.com, and here are the 10 biggest
shoving this crap down our throats. And you know what? Let me just say this though. Every time I go on Facebook and make an opinion on John Cena's character of why I absolutely despise it, every single fanboy will attack me. So I said, forget it. Because you can't say anything on social media without everybody attacking you. Especially when it comes to John Cena. It's embarrassing.
Number 10, against Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns must hate John Cena just a little bit. See, there's nothing wrong with Roman in the ring. He's just a bit of an uninteresting hero, and after nearly a decade of John Cena driving fans nuts as an uninteresting...
Listen, they completely turned Roman Reigns into John Cena 2.0. Y'all know it in my reaction videos that I absolutely have a problem with Roman Reigns being another John Cena. I don't know why they feel the need to do that. There was no need to turn Roman Reigns like that. He was completely fine the way he was. Short and sweet promos. And that's all you need. But no, they wanted to turn him into a John Cena. Which is a real no-no.
Hero that just served to accelerate the backlash against the Samoan. He's the new John Cena, everyone screamed, seeing them standing together in the lead up to Battleground, turning everyone against Roman. But what if they had turned Cena heel on him? Picture this: if Cena, frustrated at his crushing loss at the hands of Lesnar at SummerSlam and furious that Roman Reigns was receiving all the attention, suddenly turned and brutalized the ex-Shield member, it would have made Reigns as a hero a much easier pill to swallow. Fans would have been less hesitant for him to become the new Cena if the current Cena had suddenly reinvigorated his character. It's possible the universe would have been too shocked to notice Reigns being shoved down their throats, and by the time the Royal Rumble rolled around, Roman could have had a loyal fan base behind him. Number 9, at WrestleMania 29, because the story was crying out for something else, anything else. The match was such a rehash that it generally felt like the story couldn't be complete without...
I was pissed that, you know, when John Cena beat The Rock for the title.
Like WrestleMania is a huge stage, and perhaps something as big as the fabled John Cena heel turn would be wasted anywhere else. And they've been heavily working the idea of John Cena having the worst year of his life in 2012 after losing to The Rock at WrestleMania 28, despite, you know, headlining most pay-per-views a year.
Because he sucks, that's why.
The idea was for this match to be Cena's redemption, and in the promos leading up to the showdown, he constantly hammered it home that he needed to beat The Rock, that it was everything to him, and that sort of desire can turn a man. But alas, nothing came of it, and the two men celebrated as WrestleMania 29 ended, the crowd thoroughly bored by the empty rerun they had just witnessed.
Lord.
Number 8, Embrace.
You know, everybody in 2013 got so freaking pissed that The Rock lost the title against Super Cena, which I absolutely despise looking back at it now. And to tell you the truth, back then I was kind of, you know, glad that Cena won the title. But regardless, man, his character still hasn't changed. Everybody wanted him to turn heel, but no, they won't let him to, because Cena himself claims that the reason why he doesn't want to turn heel is because of kids. Like, we already don't know that. What are you waiting for, man? It's too late because AJ beat him at SummerSlam. The irony of the WWE.
The hate. The angle only served to do two things. One, cripple the singles push of Zack Ryder, Kane humiliating him in the eyes of the fans, and two, force John Cena's stale platitudes upon the crowd with absolutely no change or development. Kane said, "Be bad." John Cena said, "No." Tale as old as time. The WWE had the opportunity to blow everyone's minds by actually turning Cena heel, by having him actually embrace the hate. No one would have seen it coming. Doing so before WrestleMania 28 and his first encounter with The Rock would have seemed like a huge swerve, but in actuality it would have made perfect sense. The event was taking place in Miami after all, Rock's home crowd. Cena was going to be the biggest heel in the building regardless, so why not steer into it rather than use Kane to tell us what we already know, that John Cena is a nice fella.
This
Number
is
7,
why...
bringing back the Authority. With Stephanie running Raw, the ghost of the Authority angle is still haunting us all. It's a little less prominent than it used to be. Gosh, didn't it used to be? After what people thought was a thrilling conclusion to the angle at Survivor Series 2014, the Authority simply returned a month later and the storyline limped on from there. After the Authority was vanquished, it was up to John Cena to bring them back. A wider open door for a heel turn there could not be. During the post-Authority conclusion, John Cena could have been forced to take over running Raw and SmackDown himself, have him rule with fairness initially, but then he starts to make bad decisions, hating the job, hating everyone making demands of him. Eventually power turns him and he chooses to bring back the Authority voluntarily. After all, Cena then aligning with those in charge does make a thematic sense, because that's already how the majority of hardcore fans saw him at the time, as the company man roasting at the top of the card thanks to constant protection from management. Number 6, his first title reign. Look to CM Punk for the perfect blueprint for a long title reign. Half of it was spent with him as one of the top faces on the card, then, before people had a chance to get bored of him, he spent the other half of the reign as a snivelling heel, forming a partnership with the greatest manager in the business. It was a fantastic title run, and a narrative the company should have used years before. During his first title reign that spanned 2005 to 2006, Cena began to be booed by small but vocal members of the crowd, first in his feud against Chris Jericho and louder in his subsequent feud against Kurt Angle. The WWE, probably confused by this reaction and betting that it would pass, chose to keep him face. It's easy to book now in hindsight.
Too long, man. They, you know what? Let me just say this. They made John Cena the face of the company too freaking long. Like, it's really time for him to change, but it's really too late. Because AJ took his spot, so you could have just turned him heel way before. Oh.
Simply acquiescing to the fans and giving them a reason to boo Cena. They could have turned him face again later, and like The Rock in the late 90s, he could have reconnected with the fans after being a charismatic heel rather than a cheesy face. Instead, the WWE's refusal to address the Cena problem made them seem stubborn, and
of course they won't.
Status as a permanently divisive.
They kiss his butt too much, as much as he kisses theirs.
Cena's rivalry with Randy Orton throughout much of 2009 was painted as the
biggest
rivalry that ever blumdy-dimdy. The Cena problem made them seem stubborn and cemented Cena's status as a permanently divisive figure. Number 5, a double turn with Orton. Cena's rivalry with Randy Orton throughout much of 2009 was painted as the biggest rivalry that ever blumdy-dimdy-gubbly-bumdy.
Nobody cares about the rivalry.
The two men traded the WWE title back and forth for months, and the feud was set to be blown off in an anything-goes Iron Man match at Bragging Rights 2009. The stipulation of the match dictated that this was Cena's last chance at Orton's title, and if he lost, he would leave Raw forever. Now picture this. Cena throws everything he's got at Orton, but he's finding himself being out-wrestled by the Viper. 30 minutes in, Cena has found himself 3 points down. As the countdown hits 20 minutes to go, Cena shows signs of visibly panicking. Orton keeps kicking out, refusing to yield a single pinfall. Kendo sticks are splintered, tables are broken, chairs are buckled, but nothing works. Orton is so resilient the crowd start to cheer for him. The announcers start to become concerned as the clock hits 10 minutes and Cena becomes more frenzied, knocking out the referee after yet another Orton kick-out. Cena begins to tear apart the ring as the clock ticks down.
He could have turned heel so much back then.
Cena goes ballistic on him, confirming the double turn. And then Cena is transferred to SmackDown, which he rules as the new top heel. Well, I like it. Number 4, joining the Nexus. Nothing cements a new heel stable like an unlikely heel turn just after.
Wow, he had plenty of chances to do that.
Scene in a flurry of violence violence and Cena bludgeoning, the new faction took the wrestling world by storm, or rather choked it with its own tie. One SummerSlam beating later and countless thwartings by Cena, the Nexus angle slowly lost all momentum. But what if? What if Cena had aligned with the group, revealing that the times they had beaten him down were just one huge setup? What if he had laid down at SummerSlam, allowing himself to be pinned, and became the new leader of the Nexus? Then there truly would have been a wind of change blowing through WWE, rather than the same old formula. Number 3, joining the Wyatt. Embrace the hate 2.0. The WWE have a terrible habit of debuting monster heels, having them work their way to the top before falling at the feet of John Cena. It happened to Umaga, the Nexus, Rusev, and it happened to Bray Wyatt. His
I don't know, my phone should look a little blurry because it's bright.
At his heart and reveal himself as a liar for all the world to see. He wanted to corrupt Cena's legacy, and then Cena beat him clean. But what if he hadn't? What if Wyatt had recruited John Cena to form a Wyatt coalition? What if John Cena had attempted to grow a beard? There's no telling just how powerful Wyatt would have been if the WWE...
I never did care about the whole Wyatt and Cena storyline. I just thought it was like a complete waste of time.
With Kane and with Daniel Bryan. With Cena in his stable, he would be nigh unstoppable. Number 2, One Night Stand 2006. Cena has never faced a crowd as hostile as this, not even Money in the Bank 2011. When Cena walked into the Hammerstein Ballroom at One Night Stand 2006 to defend the WWE title versus Rob Van Dam, there was blood and fury in the air. "We don't like you, Mr. Cena," they said in a collection of 4-letter words. There was no single pay-per-view crowd who would have been more...
They said F you Cena, F you Cena in ECW 2006. What are you, stupid?
Go big, incite the riot, kill the Phoenix, burn the rainbow. Have Cena turn heel on RVD and call this my inner Slytherin dying to break free, but damn it, I want to see what happens next. It wouldn't have been pretty, but it would have generated public attention, and quite possibly a public hanging. Only one thing would have incited as much hatred, and that is, number 1, beating the streak. We've covered it in the How They Should Have Booked the Streak video, but still, try and imagine.
It was so much rumors about him fighting Taker at WrestleMania.
Taker's streak at WrestleMania. It would have created a heel turn for the ages. Cast your mind back to Hogan at Bash at the Beach.
That would have made so much sense, man. I would have loved just to see Cena turn heel.
Few things that fans still cherished about this sport without any irony. For Cena to have taken that away would have magnified his real-life heat tenfold and created an ultimate villain for the next big babyface to conquer. And that's our list. Did we miss any out? Tell us about it in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter here. I'm Adam from...
Let me just say this. WWE has so much chances of turning John Cena heel. You know, everything Adam said actually makes sense. Because, think about it. You know, if John Cena would have turned heel, he would have started selling more merchandise. But him as the face, he basically just killed WWE. He killed wrestling for me. Cause me, I'm an old school fan. You know, I'm from the '90s. I'm from the Attitude era. Excuse me. But nonetheless, they refused to turn him heel because he claims that he loves kids, and he kisses up to them all the time, and they kiss up to him all the time. So him and Vince are like that. That's exactly how they are in real life. And to tell you the truth, I really hate Cena. Not hate, but I despise him because I just do not like his character, period. And that's all I have to say about this reaction. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoy my reaction videos. Make sure to subscribe. Leave your comments down below and some likes. Until then, take care. Just take care, y'all, man. I gotta go to bed.